It's hot outside. So when I'm looking for food, I'm looking for something that's refreshing and easy and not gonna heat up the kitchen. That's why I'm going to be making fish in my Instant Pot. I'm looking over because my Instant Pot's right here. But the Instant Pot is a really great way to cook something without heating up your kitchen. It doesn't emit a lot of heat like your oven might. And it's easy and doesn't take very long. And like I mentioned, I'm making fish in my Instant Pot. This fish recipe is so great because it's really easy. It just has a couple ingredients in it, and like the substitutions or the seasoning options are endless. So let's get started. Well, let's not quite get started yet. So let me introduce myself. It's been a couple months. My name is Rebecca. I am a non-diet dietitian cooking for one person here to show you how to make it easy and doable. I think cooking for one is such, a day-to-day thing for a lot of us. And so let's find ways to make it easy. Let's find ways to make it enjoyable and something to actually look forward to. And eat good food. Doesn't that sound pretty great? So I'm here to show you how to make substitutions and how to incorporate that into your thought process, I guess, about cooking. So I've got just 3 ingredients here. Well, at least what I make for the recipe that I'm making today. Just want to show just how easy this is. So first of all, I never remember to defrost my proteins. I mostly keep them in the freezer because, especially fish, it's gonna be more fresh than it is if you buy it, or raw, unless you live on the coast. And it's less expensive that way. So I usually buy or freeze proteins, and they also last longer. Anyways, so I'm gonna start with a lemon. As you can see, I've got a couple lemons in some water in a bag. And this has been my new favorite way of storing them because they last so much longer. Like I've had these for over a week, and they need to be rolled out to be softened. Okay, I'm also using a serrated knife because it's gonna cut through the lemon so easily. And I'm just gonna cut a couple of slices to add to my fish. As you can see, I have some leftover lemon here. If I'm not gonna use it right away, I'm gonna squeeze it and put it in like an ice tray and freeze it for later. They freeze really well and make for a great addition to something that you're cooking or lemonade. After slicing the lemon, I cut off some butter. So I have that ready. And then I'm gonna just add everything to my Instant Pot. Now I have this great silicone steamer basket. You can use this or the one that comes with it. I like this because it's flexible and easy to use. I don't think I usually spray it, but I will just in case, and especially if you're using like this one, definitely spray it before putting your fish down. Okay, now I'm gonna just cut around here to remove my fish. All right, so my fish is in there, and I have some butter that I'll place on top of that, and then the lemon on top. And I forgot, since this is the Instant Pot, there needs to be water in here. So let me add some water. This tilapia here is not as wide as other fish that I've cooked, so the toppings don't stay on quite as easily, and they're gonna move around because there's pressure moving around in there. That's good enough. All right, I'm also, like I mentioned, since this is an Instant Pot, gonna add about a cup of water to here so it can actually steam. This will keep it working, which we need. All right, I'm also gonna just sprinkle some salt on top. Now let's get her plugged in. And because my fish is about an inch thick, I'm gonna cook it for about 8 minutes on manual. Get it going. It's on sealing. See if I can flip this around. Kind of the angle here is a little bit awkward, but we're going to manual, 8 minutes, and I'll measure the temperature when it's done. Let's get started. While we're waiting for the fish to cook, I wanted to share a couple of options or ideas for side dishes. Now, the way that I approach cooking for one is focusing in on one component of the meal, and that can be a one pot meal or a one dish meal where everything's made together and it's all, you know, kind of melded together, and that's great. Or you can make, you know, a piece of fish and have some sides with it. Since this fish is so easy, I would, with the exception of already having something ready to go, would have a little bit of time to make something different to go with it. Okay, so I grabbed my computer and I'm just gonna share a couple of the recipes that I think would be great with this. And of course, you can always adjust the seasonings. You can add some fresh herbs, maybe after it's been cooked, or some dried herbs to it, some sauce. I mean, the options are endless. But with this really simple fish, I think kind of a tangy or, you know, lemony sides would be good with this. Lemon couscous is a great option. I have a recipe for that I'll link in the description. You can hear my Instant Pot working. Like I mentioned before, leftover mashed potatoes, and I'll probably steam some frozen broccoli with this. You can also do Instant Pot potatoes and carrots. You could possibly cook them all together. I would add a bowl below and put the potatoes and carrots in that, and you can find the recipe in the description below as well. Okay, apple cucumber salad is an option. A cucumber beet salad that has feta on it, that's really good. That would be great with this. A red wine vinegar coleslaw, shaved zucchini salad. All of these are tangy and bright flavored, which is great, and also because it's summer, delicious. So those are a couple of things that you could make. Again, if you have a few minutes and want to make something, you can. Or if you're looking for a side that's super, super easy, does not require much effort or thought, I have a couple options for you too. And also, as I'm saying that, I prefer and recommend, putting on my dietitian cap here, having a couple of food components, of food groups in your meals. So this is protein, adding some sort of a starch or carbohydrate, and a vegetable or a fruit or whatever. Have a couple of components there. So most of these are vegetables, which is gonna taste great and be refreshing. It's also gonna leave you hungry in just a little bit, most likely. So potatoes are great, as I'm having, or the potatoes in here. You could also do turning over to easy sides. Rice, pasta, you can just simply prepare them. I think lemon would be great with either of them, even some fresh herbs if you have them, or dried herbs that you throw in, you know, I don't know, a little bit earlier than the fresh maybe, so they can kind of soften a little bit. You can roast or pan fry some vegetables, including potatoes, to help kind of add a little bit to your meal, or you can microwave them. I'll show you how I do my easy microwave frozen broccoli. It is so easy and perfect if you're cooking for one. Because this is so simple, it can be kind of like the side maybe and put a little effort or follow an actual recipe when you're making the sides. And I don't know, the options are endless. This is the opportunity to use what you have on hand, make something that sounds good and is gonna be satisfying for you. So there we go. That is it until it's done. Looks like it's gonna be about 7 more minutes. So I've got my leftover mashed potatoes and also some frozen broccoli. I'm just gonna show you how I'm gonna heat them up. Super exciting. Okay, so if you hear something in the background, the Instant Pot is releasing the steam. So that's done, but I wanna get my potatoes and broccoli going. Now I'm actually gonna cook these together, and I'm gonna heat them up in the microwave in something with a lid, because I found that to be super helpful when cooking or when heating up frozen vegetables, because they can use like the water or the water crystals that are on the vegetables can do the steaming for the vegetables. And I also find that a lot of foods, when I have them in the fridge, they really dry out. I live in Utah, it's dry here. So any liquid in here might rehydrate the potatoes a little bit, and I kind of like that. Now you can always drain them off after or cook them however you want, but this is just my super easy way. So I'm just gonna microwave them until they're both warm. Okay, now, so one of my favorite kitchen tools is an instant read thermometer, and it's super helpful for things like this. So I am just measuring the temperature of my fish. It's 130 degrees instead of 145. It's safe to eat at about 145. I don't want to move my camera setup. I think by the time that my sides are done, this will have a few more minutes to get up to temperature, and hopefully it'll be good enough. This is an experiment. We're gonna see how it goes. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm guessing, that was kind of cheating, but I'm guessing that because there's some residual heat in here, it's gonna be fine. It is. All right, about 143, which is very close, and I think that's totally fine. For me, we want to get it about 145. Okay, so it took about twice as long to heat up the potato or the broccoli as it did the potatoes, but they'll sit out and I think they'll both be good temperature, and this is just hot. This kind of ridiculous plate is the only plate that I have that's not bright blue, so we're using it. Okay, so the fish is done, and I just wanted to do a little bit of a close-up. It's really bright because it's very white, but this will be great. I'm just gonna use my fish spatula to get the fish because it's very tender. It's not the absolute best looking thing because it really has just been steamed, but it's gonna taste delicious. And then grab my lemon. Okay, so if you can tell, I just added some pepper on top. Now let's try the fish. It is so tender. I really like steaming it because it does not get dry at all. And it is quite lemony. I think it needs more salt, but I really like the pepper on it. Hey, we made it. That was such an easy meal. Really delicious. I love the lemon. I think I even will like a little bit of fresh lemon that's not quite as sweet, a little bit zingier. You can always add lemon zest and additional herbs if you want to add lots more flavor. Thanks so much for watching. This was fun. I hope this was helpful and kind of get a couple of ideas of how to take a recipe and adapt it to use what you have, what you need, what you prefer, and to see that cooking for one can be really easy, delicious, and how awesome the Instant Pot is because you can do a lot of things in just a couple minutes and let the Instant Pot do all of its cooking without heating up your kitchen, which is awesome, especially on days like this when it's really hot outside. Like and subscribe to this since this is kind of a new, I don't know, like theme of the channel here. Whatever we can do to share it around to get in front of the people who are cooking for one and want to learn how to make it easier and actually enjoyable. I want to be able to get in front of you and them. So if you could do that, that would be great. You can hit the little bell and then that'll notify you when there's new videos. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be about one a month at this point. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions or if you wanna see any other particular recipes or videos. I would love to get some ideas so I don't have to do it myself. Thanks. I will see you next time.